Hey there, it's Mangle. I am just checking to make sure that everything's working okay here. And indeed it is. I'm just about to start playing a M14 Phantom Draft. Um, it's kind of a cool thing. If you sign up to Magic the Gathering online, there is an initial pack that you get when you pay your kind of $9.99 beginner fee. And some of the stuff that comes with the pack is 20 tokens to go and play in uh, Magic beginner drafts called new player tokens. And if I've got those, then I just have to pay one event ticket, which is $1, and I can play a 4-player draft, which is pretty good value. Lasts a couple of hours, so and you also get 5 event tickets with your new player pack. So I've got 30 seconds here. I have to try and figure out what the heck I am going to play. Seraph of the Sword is nice. Singular Vampire is nice. There's a bunch of pretty neat stuff in here. I have a weakness for black. I find that white is a bit lackluster, so I'm going to go for the Singular Vampire. Now, got a couple of cool picks here. Essence Scatter is always great. It's always good to have a bit of blue going on. I like me a Fire Shrieker. Or Darksteel Ingot is always good. If you need some mana fixing, I have a feeling that that's going to come back around again. So for now, I think I am going to start thinking in terms of having a black-blue deck. And think about taking that Essence Scatter. Also Spore Mound over here. It's not bad. I've never really gotten super excited about it. Never really had a game where it's made the difference between winning and losing. So yeah, okay, I'm gonna grab this Essence Scatter here. There's another Darksteel Ingot. So I'm pretty sure that if I end up wanting that, it's going to come around one way or the other. Got a Liturgy here, which is nice for black. Got a Quag Sickness, also very nice for black. Time Ebb is also great if I'm going blue. So, let's see. I probably am more excited about signaling blue to try and scare other folks away from that, because black at the end of the day can always be replaced by something else if I find that one of my other opponents is not picking up cards. So yeah, for now I'm going to grab Time Ebb, see what happens. Dragon Egg, not very exciting. Much better than Dragon Hatchling, but I don't want to go into red for it. Negate, great. Another one of my blue kind of control counterspells. Liturgy of Blood, great. Accursed Spirit, fantastic if you're going into black. So let's see. You know what, for now, I'm a little bit worried that somebody's going to start picking up all this black stuff. But for now, I think... Yeah, you know what, I'm just going to take the Accursed Spirit. I love this guy. Alright, let's see. So we've done a full round here, and this is what's left. I can see that somebody has picked up that white 3/3 Angel. If I'm looking here, I can either go the Sea Kite or the Nightwing Shade. I like the Sea Kite. I could use a combat trick, and this is a good one. Nightwing Shade, problem is having to use mana to pump it just means that there's other stuff you're not doing on that turn. So I'm just going to go for the Sea Kite. Okay, my Fire Shrieker came back around. That was nice. I really like this. I really like this artifact. I also really like Frost Breath because it's just destroyed me a couple of times. You can see over here that it looks like nobody's going into green. So depending on what's coming back, green could end up being a an alternative to the black that I've started drafting here. And then there's Undead Minotaur, which I'm not that excited about. I'm going to go for a Fire Shrieker. Okay, so let's see. All this green is still here. I'm not that excited about a Merfolk Spy, although I can see that somebody else took a blue card out of the previous deck, so maybe there are some people who are going into tricky. Don't like Spell Blast. It's just not worth leaving the mana up. For now, I'm going to go all in. I'll just grab my Darksteel Ingot. Alright. Mind Rot, not bad. Yeah, this green is just wide open. At the very least, a Mana Weft Sliver is a 2-drop that gives you an extra mana, so it's some acceleration. So I'm just going to grab this guy and start thinking about maybe playing some green. And if I am thinking that direction, then, I mean, Giant Growth is a fantastic combat trick. So, I'm going to pick that up. Spore Mound and Ground Shaker Sliver are both still here. Crazy. I mean, this one is super expensive, but you end up with a 5/5 Trampler, and it seems like nobody is picking up the slivers. Spore Mound. Like I said, just doesn't excite me that much. I'm going to take it anyway. Verdant Haven is some more mana fixing. It's nice if I do end up going into 2 or 3 colors, which I would prefer not to, obviously, but hey, so maybe I'll pick that up. Negate is still here. I thought that had gone, but okay, I'm going to take this Negate for sure. And this Ground Shaker Sliver. Another Ground Shaker Sliver. Alright, so let's see what we get out of pack 2. Zathrid Necromancer. Whenever a Zathrid Necromancer or another human creature you control dies, put a 2/2 black zombie token onto the battlefield tapped. This is annoying to play against, but I'm really not that... it's not super exciting for me. Super exciting here is Doomblade, Deathgaze, Cockatrice, Disperse. Giant Spider is handy, playing against flyers, but I do have my Sengir Vampire, my Sea Kite, and nothing else that can deal with flyers. So I'm going to pick up the Doomblade. Briarpack Alpha. Nice combat trick. Corpse Hauler, also pretty cool. Cancel, Divination, sweet. Giant Growth, again, something I really like. Right now I've only got 7 creatures, and they're kind of split around here. So I'm going to pick up the Briarpack Alpha. It's a great little trick. Warden of Evos Isle. Um, it's a, I've always had trouble getting this working properly. Essentially helps you to cast other flying creatures. So it kind of gives you good acceleration if you're in a fly-in deck. It's really only works sometimes. You just have to get that out first and then have a whole bunch of flyers lined up to come out after it. And if that all comes together, then that's fantastic, but I've never really managed to get it to work well. Sensory deprivation's good. Brindle Boar is some life gain. Yeah. I think, and Ring Flesh is fine. I think I'm going to take sensory deprivation. Good for dealing with some painful creatures. Quicken? Wow, I am shocked that this is still here. What a sweet card. 1 mana for a card draw, and also you can cast sorceries as instants. Not argue with that. I mean, not that I have a lot of sorceries going on right now, but let's do it anyway. Okay, Zaithrid Necromancer came around, no big surprise there. Got a giant spider if I'm trying to load up on creatures. I have a Disperse, which is a very handy little card. Looks like last pack my negate came all the way around multiple times. So I'm going to hope that this guy comes back and pick up the giant spider. Cancel, giant growth. Plummet is great fun to have situationally because it just makes your opponent shake their head and wonder what the hell is going on. Let's see. You know what? 9 creatures. I'm not going to get another one here. So let's say cancel. I'm going to be the blue annoy everybody guy in this game. Minotaur Abomination. How is my curve looking? Not that great, right? So I've got a 2-drop and then the next best thing is a 4-drop. I mean, a lot of stuff to keep them out of my way. But Minotaur Abomination, a 6-drop, probably not exactly the thing I'm looking for. I sure as hell could use some fixing, so... I mean, Brindle Boar's okay, but really a 2-2 for 3, not that exciting. I'm going to take the Shimmerine Grotto. Enlarge. Oh, yeah. I don't know if this was here last time around, but my god, this is one of those cards that's just a game winner by itself sometimes. So, and I think the rest of this stuff that's interesting to me is probably coming back, so I'm taking Enlarge. Another Disperse, that's kind of magnificent. I'd rather take that over the Spore Mound. Giant Growth, yep. Brindle Boar, fine, just to round out my curve a little bit. I've got a 2-drop and a 3-drop. Plummet, good sideboard. Ground Shaker, Sliver. Hard to imagine playing 3 of these, although I guess if it went to being a long round, I'm going to take the Plummet. Tome Scour, probably not going to play that. Definitely not going to play that. Alright, come on pack 3. I think I need some little creatures. Oh, and there's a good one. Phantom Warrior. Really like Into the Wilds as well. Very much like Claustrophobia. Train Condor is fine. Advocate's great, except that I don't have any beasts. What's a Briar Pack Alpha? So, just because I seem to keep on running into trouble with mana lately, and especially if this somehow turns into a 3-color deck, which I'm thinking that probably black is out, but I know. Let's get some creatures here. Found a warrior. Nation's great, always. Gale Rider Sliver. Well, you know what? Just as a 1-drop, and with all this other junk that I've got in here, the heck. Here, let's see, Elvish Mystic is great for acceleration and another 1-drop. Scroll Thief, good. Occasionally I can get that working where you deal damage to another player and you draw a card, but it's a bit of a pain. Claustrophobia is just fantastic for dealing with almost anything that comes along. But it's double blue, and at this stage I don't think anybody else is going to be double blue. So yeah, I'm going to go Elvish Mystic. Deadly Recluse. Wonderful, wonderful card. Also, Hunt the Weak. This is green removal spell. Fantastic. But I think, and Voracious Worm, good, but I haven't got any life gain going on. I think I am just going to go for the Deadly Recluse here. Into the Wilds came back. That's good. I don't mind that at all. A Blur Sliver and a Battle Sliver. I don't like the fact that there are so many slivers going around. Don't like Molehorn. Played against me, but c'est la vie. I'm up to 14 creatures, so I might actually grab Into the Wilds. I love this for acceleration. Okay, another Elvish Mystic. I mean, this will be crazy. Divination, though, is just super solid. Always useful to draw a card. You know what? Elvish Mystic. I'm on board. Claustrophobia came back. I'm getting really lucky here. And that is kind of a no-brainer amongst this lot. So I'm looking very much blue-green right now. I mean, my Hunt the Weak came back. Yes, that's good. Trained Condor, good. Nobody's picking up these slivers. Verdant Haven, I have one of these. There's a possibility that I might need some more mana fixing, but I think black's out, so I think I'm just better off with the Trained Condor right now. Fog. Yeah. Can't use the staves. Shrivel, not going to play. Coral, Merfolk, 2-1 for 2. Very average, but let's be the best thing here. Let's grab it. Artificer's Hex. 5 stirrings. Yeah, what the heck. Just get that one out of the way. Oh, Volcanic Geyser. Let's get that out of the way. Voracious Worm might actually play that. Verdant Haven might play that. Got a lot of mana fixing. Get rid of that. Okay. Doesn't look terrible. Doesn't look terrible. So I start out with my creature drops. Here's my 1-drop creatures. Gale Rider Sliver. Elvish Mystic, Elvish Mystic. Perfectly acceptable as 1-drops. Deadly Recluse. Wonderful true 2-drop. Coral Merfolk. You guys here for a minute, as can Voracious Worm. Manaweth Sliver. Fantastic 2-drop. 3 drops. Brindlebore. come over here, Brindlebore. I'm not sure about you. Train Condor can be just a good kind of chump flying blocker that turns into something useful later on in the game. Yeah, you can see my curve here is a bit out of whack, and then suddenly I get into my my 4-drops. Oh, sorry, I forgot about my Phantom Warrior. That's handy. Got Giant Spider, Sea Kite, Briar Pack Alpha. Oh, nice. And then I get into my 4-mound. So these are my kind of beat the heck out of them cards. 13 creatures. It's a little low. Good news is that I have a bunch of stuff here that I can use to hold back my opponent while I'm trying to get these guys onto the board. Disperse, Essence Scatter. Oops. Sorry, I'm just lining them all up by mana cost here. Negate. Time Ebb. Cancel. Claustrophobia. All really terrible things to do to your opponent. Giant Growth, I love. Hunt the Weak, I love. Enlarge, I mean, Enlarge is fantastic. Into the Wilds is great. Quicken's great. Verdant Haven? Put this over here. These are my like quasi-land cards. And my Shimmering Grotto can come over. So here's the thing, I have 30 cards in my deck. 4 of them are quasi-lands, so I'm sort of okay there. But I really need to throw out at least 4 of these cards over here, I think. I'm not a huge fan of Spore Mound, I think I said that before. I really like Into the Wilds. It's a super awesome land, kind of accelerator. Elvish Mystics, like I'm going a little bit crazy here. I've got 3 mana accelerators, 4, 8. So actually I probably only need to get rid of a couple over here, and it could be a really interesting kind of alternate sources of mana deck, but very delicate sources of mana, I guess, because these guys can all be killed. Oh, and then there's the Fire Shrieker here as well, which I am a big fan of. So, alright, what's the plan? What's not really helping me to do what I want to do? Gale Rider Sliver. 1/1 flyer for 1. I think that's just kind of too good to pass up, just for its potential to chump block, giant growth, you know, do whatever the hell you want. Briar Pack Alpha, great. Nephelia Sea Kite, great. Giant Spider, great. Train Condor, I mean, I'm not a huge fan of this, but it's a good kind of curve smoother. Spore Mound can go. Happy to get rid of that. Let's see, Claustrophobia, cancel, Time Ebb, Essence Scatter, Disperse, Negate. Do I have many sorceries in here? Time Ebb is a sorcery. Enlarge is a sorcery, but not one that I would ever want to cast as though it had flash, I don't think. I just like the blue 1-for-1. 1 to draw 1. Okay. I find cancel, especially with the 2 blue mana for something that's an instant, and I'm going to be using blue mana to get a lot of this other stuff out, is just can be a bit hard to cast, and I can do effectively the same thing with time ebbs and disperses, so maybe I'll get rid of cancel here, and claustrophobias and sensory deprivations. Need to get rid of 1 more, and then I'm gonna just have to hope that all these weird mana sources are gonna get me through. Let's see, get rid of one of these ground shaker slivers. I mean, great and all, but at the end of the day, it's really just a target for enlarge, and it's only a little bit stronger than some of these other guys. This is going to be fascinating. I'm leaning very, very, very heavily on these 12 creatures that are on my deck to get me through. And then adding land. Verdant Haven. So these require, most of my mana requires green to activate. A lot of sources of green. I'll see what it suggests. I think I'm just going to be completely boned if can't get out some green mana. So I actually think I'm going to go more like 7/5, and I'll end up having 1, 3, 4, 5. I'll end up having 12 green sources, 13 green sources, 14 green sources, and I'll have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 sources. So that looks fine. Mana cost. Well, we have a bit of a funny looking deck here, but let's see what happens. I would like to emphasize the fact that this is a new player draft, and I am very much a new player. Anyway, yeah, this is a good, cheap way to play Magic, to get in some drafts while you're trying to figure out what the heck it's all about. Your $10 new player account gets you for sure 5 of these 4-player drafts, and then it's only $1 for each additional one you play up to 20. And then after that you're kind of on your own, but still that's really good value compared to what a draft normally would cost you. I would like to play first. Yes, please. Well, what do I have? I don't have a heck of a lot, but I got a turn 3 Phantom Warrior, and he can be giant growthed if I'm worried about him, so I will keep this. I would not like to mulligan. Hey, he's been friendly. Alright, and throw out islands and say go. People are usually pretty friendly like this.